feel sorry for millennials, though I do. Must be awful being condescended to by your own grandparents. I bought my first house for 200 quid in a curly whirly. And now through no effort on my part in a completely unregulated property market, that same house is worth £1 million. So if you stop drinking your posh coffees and eating your avocado toast, you could easily have a house like mine. Oh, let's be brutally honest here, Granny. The only way we're getting a house is if you don't make it through the winter. So, tick-tock, Granny, you've had a good run. Take a trip to China, stop off in Wuhan, lick a bat's arse. Come on, Granny, live a little. I can't be in rental until the day I die. You realise in about 100 years' time there's going to be a millennial ghost, don't you, haunting the houses they used to rent? So tragic. At the stroke of midnight, they'll appear in a cloud of vape smoke. If you can smell blueberry and vanilla, that means your house is haunted. Of course, being millennial ghosts, they've got one question that must be answered quite urgently. Ooh. What is the Wi-Fi password? You must tell me now. You realise if you've got two millennial ghosts, they'll start a podcast. You know that, don't you? Be trying to get to sleep and they'll be wanking on about Bitcoin and crypto. Doing ads for Squarespace. Shut up! It's very easy to get rid of your millennial ghost. You won't need an exorcism or a priest or anything. All you have to do are say the most terrifying words that a millennial ghost can possibly hear. This joke is for the under 25s. All you have to say is, I need to know where this relationship is going. And then your ghost will just disappear. So essentially you are ghosted by your own ghost. Students love that gig. Love that joke, actually. I do a lot of student gigs. I did one recently, and I got a very panicky email from the ENTS office going, hey, Mayor, just so you know, we run a low-anxiety comedy club, which means you can only talk to people on the front row who are wearing green stickers, because that means they've given their verbal consent to being talked to, because God forbid you might have some non-consensual banter breaking out at a London comedy club, and the front row are looking at me like, oh, I wish there was a sticker system tonight, to be honest. You'd have a red sticker in each nipple and no eye contact. Because I love chatting to the audience, because you never know what's going to happen. You know, anything, it's live, anything can happen in the moment. I was comparing a gig in central London, and a very handsome man walked in, very, very good-looking man. Have you ever seen a pigeon walking into a Tesco Metro? That level of self-confidence, chest out, just strutting in. Not a bother on him, strutting in. Tight t-shirt, fake tan body oil. He was glistening like a baked ham. And I said to myself, I said, Mary, I bet you he sits down the front, as indeed he did. And I said to this ludicrously good-looking man, I said, listen, what do you like to do for fun? And he said, I spent an awful lot of time in the gym, because I'm a dancer with the Magic Mike Review. That is the correct horn dog response. Now, in the corner over there, there's a very drunk woman who's had about maybe 6 or 7 pints of Blossom Hill. For those of you who don't know, Blossom Hill is a wine. It comes from the Asda region of France. It's got a screw top, so you know it's proper classy, right? And she starts screaming, Magic Mike, take your top off, Magic Mike, take your top off. Now I thought I could shut her down quite easily, but I thought, no, let's see where this goes. And so he stands up, and it's like Channing Tatum has appeared in our humble little comedy club. He just starts doing bits from the show. I've completely lost control of my own show at this point. Then he takes his shirt off, flings it towards a drunk woman, She does a vertical leap like she's Michael Jordan in the 1995 NBA Finals. She snatches it midair. We all cheer. It's so exciting. Fannies are fluttering so loudly. It's like the helicopter scene in Apocalypse Now. All you can hear is... Sounds like we destroyed a village in Da Nang. Now, some of the men in the audience are thinking to themselves, but I've never heard a woman make that noise. To which I say, try harder. Put a shift in, maybe watch a couple of TikToks. And I'm driving home thinking to myself, do you know, I haven't been this excited since I bought myself an air fryer. I make my own kale chips. They pair very well with cocaine. It's very keto friendly. Now, normally at this point, I'd ask the front row what you like to do for funsies, but I'm sensing a lot of dark sexual energy, a lot of Scorpio vibes coming off the front row. So I'll tell you what I like to do for funsies. Thanks for asking. What I like to do is I like to get myself a bottle of Cloudy Bay Chardonnay, $7.99 with a club card, because I'm a fancy wine bitch. And I go online, and I look up my grandmother's house on Rightmove and or Zoopla, because you want to get an average between the two prices. And I have a look at the price. And I ring my sister up. And I go, do you realize that we are a cough away from a fucking fortune? My grandmother is 103. How is that legal? How is it legal to live that long? How is that legal? How do you go from like reading by candlelight as a child to Spotify in one lifetime? It's amazing. When she hit 100, we had a birthday party for her. It was a surprise party because she's got a very weak heart. Surprise! It didn't work.
Is she sound?
Shush. She's, in answer to your question, madam, she's a very funny woman. And when she hit 100, she decided to design her own Do Not Resuscitate form, which was a legally binding document that was witnessed by her solicitor. So I have her permission to share it with you tonight. So I've learned it off by heart. So here it is. This is my grandmother's Do Not Resuscitate form, legally binding document as witnessed by her solicitor. To whom it may concern, if I fall into a coma or persistent vegetative state, I request the following piece of music be played as it has a particular significance for me. So this is a piece of music my grandmother once played if she's in a coma. If I do not jump out of my bed to turn it off, then I am indeed brain dead. No further attempt at resuscitation is required.